Results are in from Election Day here in Missouri, and I know many are disappointed, but truly, it's mostly what was expected. Polls told us that Missouri was going to continue to be a strong Republican state, and that's exactly what happened. Eric Schmidt, in the largest race of the night for U.S. Senate, won handedly. At one point, he was leading polls by 20 points, so this is not really a surprise. I know many were hopeful that Trudy would make it closer, but that didn't end up happening, primarily driven by rural Missouri. Now, I will point out that Trudy did outperform in St. Louis County, which certainly helped lead to Tracy McCreary winning her Senate race, which allowed the Democrats in the state Senate to remain exactly where they were. They did not lose any ground, still certainly in a strong minority, but they didn't lose any seats. Looking at the amendments, Amendment 1 allowed for the treasurer in our state to use tax revenue for additional investments. That failed. Amendment 3, which was legalization of recreational cannabis and expungement of criminal records around cannabis, passed. Amendment 4, which was the amendment that forced Kansas City to spend a minimum of 25% of its budget on the police department, passed handedly, so fans of local control are certainly disappointed there. Amendment 5, which was creating a new department for the National Guard in the state, passed. And lastly, the Constitutional Convention question failed. Lastly, I wanted to talk to you about the Missouri House because there were actually some surprises there. So traditionally, when the president is a Democrat, you expect that in midterms, Republicans are going to pick up seats up and down the ballot. And we are a deep red state in Missouri, so we should certainly expect that that would be the same, right? However, it appears Democrats have picked up a net gain of 3 seats at least in the Missouri House. And that's not nothing. I also wanted to point out these 4 races. These have yet to be called, okay? Don't let anyone tell you that your vote doesn't count and your vote doesn't matter, even in a deep red state like this. The vote difference in these races are all less than 200 votes, some less than 50. So these could have swung either way. And if 3 of these swung to the Democrats, that breaks the supermajority in the Missouri House. So lastly, I'll say this. If you believe like I do that it's really important in Missouri for the state government to become competitive again, I know this isn't satisfying for me to say, but it's going to be a marathon, not a race. It's going to take a lot more work and time, but I think we need to recognize there are some wins to celebrate from the election.